I like Xenoblade. I like to dabble into Xenoblade every now and then. And I posed a question to you, the audience, a call to arms, a challenge, nay, a quest for you to give me. A little over a week ago, I challenged my audience to pose their wildest, most out there theories concerning Xenoblade Chronicles as a whole to me, so that I would have to stand on my own, defending them. They could be completely wrong or incorrect or against the law, but I, in my heart of hearts, would have to dig deep, deep, deep down and find some way to defend them and give an honest, passionate, and dare I say even, inspirational debate or defense. And today, I have my King Leonidas' last stand. Yeah, there will be a Sabaton song written about this last stand, don't you worry. But what I did not consider was the sheer amount of comments and fan theories that I would get in that video, and there's no shot that I'm going to be able to cover them all in this video, so this will be a part 1 of a little series that we will be doing on this channel, possibly in perpetuity, where I will defend your wildest fan theories. So this is part 1, the link to the original call to arms, where in the comment section you can find all these comments and more we found in the description down below. So let's get right into it, shall we? The first theory that I will be defending, by the way, in no particular order, will be from commenter Fubbles. A theory that I've got is what makes Noah and Mio so special. Ooh, intriguing. People in Ionios all play by the same rules, but not Noah and Mio. People's souls were stored in these, or those, origin core crystals, and Noah and Mio are no different in that regard. What makes them different is where their souls are stored, or were stored. Their souls were specifically stored inside Aegis core crystals. Noah's is in Ontos's, and Mio's is in Logos's. They effectively became a new age of Aegis's, and it was something set up by the queens. Another theory that's similar, I think Origin being named Origin is quite literal, in that it's something that has always existed in the worlds, maybe even before the conduit ever appeared. Those are my 2 wild theories that probably have no basis. Like I said, the theories that I will be defending will be like this, where there does not need to be any single bit of lore justification. It could even be completely wrong, and I'll give my best defense. So let's get into it. Batters up, people. Now, funnily enough, I do think there is a legit point being brought up here about the fact that Noah and Mio just fundamentally operate almost under a completely different set of rules from everyone else that we've seen. They're the only 2 people that we have seen to have actually split from their base personality or from their base form, where Noah and Mio both split from N and M at some point. We don't exactly know, or at least I'm not familiar with, the exact mechanism in which that transpired. Maybe it will be revealed in the DLC, but to me it indicates that there's something greater here, something deeper. It could be a glitch in Origin, which we'll get to later in part 2 of this question, but they have also shown extraordinary abilities that really no one else in the world of Ionios has shown before. Could it be a glitch in Origin? It's possible, but it could also just be the fact that the way the information is stored in Origin is just operating under a different idea. Now, the way Origin works is that it breaks everything down to its light components, essentially the world's version of binary in a way, where instead of a bunch of ones and zeros, it's using light as a source of information to store it in Origin so that it can be reconstructed after the worlds collide. There's a very brief TLDR of what's going on, but if we think of the Aegis core crystals as just massive databanks of information, then theoretically, you could maybe even view them as a hard drive within Origin. So if the information for Noah and Mio are both stored in, say, an Aegis core crystal like Ontos for Noah, because Ontos is who we believe to be Alvis, with almost 99.9% certainty in that, who is from the world of Bionis, so Xenoblade 1, which fits with Noah, and then Logos for Mio, because we're going to assume that Pyra and Mithra are in the Numa core crystal, but we don't really see them in Xenoblade 3, at least in Ionios, outside of the one picture. So is it theoretically possible that Noah and Mio operate under a completely different set of rules because the hard drive that they're in during Origin, or within Origin, just operates fundamentally differently from how the rest of the information in Origin is operated or handled? Possibly. Could also explain why Noah was able to summon forth the Sword of Origin, essentially a Monado Light, because he has access to a source, because his light or information is stored within something that had the capability to create its own Monado. But because it's an Ionios, and the entirety of Ionios is just predicated and based off of Origin, then what is within Origin could be written into reality, kind of like the Matrix. Now, Mobius had direct control of Origin at the time, which is why they have so much influence in Ionios, but if we assume that Mio and Noah are in Aegis core crystals, then it's possible that they have a back wall into the main system that even they may not be aware of. So if I had to give a defense to this, that would probably be my closest bet. There's no real hard evidence, it's just circumstantial at best, but some pieces do kind of fit. You just have to stretch what we know a little bit. Now, Origin being even older, or at least having always existed, kind of goes against the idea of what was said in the game, that essentially Torah and the peoples of all rest and Bionis created Origin in anticipation for this universal collision. But we don't know how they made it. And that's the key in order for me to defend this little bit of the theory. The fact that we don't know. And the fact that we don't know means we can fill in the blanks a little bit. We can be a little bit creative, a little bit wild with this. Because it's possible that, say, after the conduit removed itself from the universe, something else remained, or there was some kind of lingering energy that remained that Torah and crew could have utilized to create the Origin we know from Xenoblade 3. And if we assign that perpetual energy from the conduit, say, this hypothetical energy that I'm talking about, as Origin, then sure, I can kind of make a defense with that. It could also just be that the conduit, or the Zohar, is just not a unique entity, and that it's a part of some greater overall world mechanism for Xenoblade that's really yet to be unraveled for us, and that Origin is another subset of that overall mechanic. Now let's move on to the next theory, and let's do a bit of a shorter one before we get into a bit of a longer one. So let's talk about isolation theory here. Okay, so my theory is Console A is the Nopon Oxage and is the physical form of the conduit. The Nopon started it all and caused the Big Bang and will cause the heat death of the universe. Look, if there's anything I'm certain, it's that the Nopon Oxage might be the most suspect character in all of Xenoblade. Just this overall awking god that we just always just kind of write off as a joke character because they're a Nopon, but they literally create all the challenge modes, then the Oxage, and don't tell me the Oxage isn't canon because the Jabroni is in Xenoblade 1 throughout various side quests. And I feel the most ironclad piece of evidence here, more than anything else, is that his name begins with the letter A. We might as well just put a stamp on that one. Confirmed, might as well just come from the mouths of the developers themselves. Let's be honest. But if we assume that the Nopon Oxage is actually this world's version of God, and that the conduit is just some kind of manifestation of his power, then causing the Big Bang and will eventually cause the heat death of the universe could fall into line in that regard. It just had to be revealed. It just hasn't been revealed yet. Okay, so Wild here posted a ton of theories for me. And I'm not going to be able to cover all of them in this video. I'll cover some more in the next part, but I want to talk about one particular. Rex did not get revived by Pyra, and the whole game is just in the afterlife. Now, Wild even said that they do not believe in this theory, or that they do not believe in these theories. And many people would probably just write it off as saying, hey, what about the image? What about the photo from Xenoblade 3? Doesn't that kind of confirm that he was alive? You're forgetting about Xenoblade 1. Shulk was dead. You know what? No, I got a better defense for this. Yeah, a little bit of inspiration just hit me. Jin kills Rex. He's done. And the rest of the game is Nia processing the fact that Rex, someone she just met and knew who was kind, who had big dreams, was just killed by someone she trusted. And that Malos gave the order to kill everyone else. What if the rest of Xenoblade 2 is all just in Nia's head? An illusion, an escapist fantasy, so that she does not have to confront the reality that she had been confronted with. And what if, in the afterlife, Rex was just experiencing Nia's delusion the entire time? Now, you may be saying, what about the photo from Xenoblade 3? Ionios is a world constructed from light, the light of Origin, which is all just data. What if she never let go of the delusion, and she had it programmed in to Origin her memories of Rex, or her fake memories of Rex? So the entirety of Xenoblade 2 is just Nia trying to process her emotional trauma from losing Rex that early on, letting someone innocent die because of her indirect actions. And unable to confront that pain or that reality, she secluded herself with her own fantasies. And because of the conduit, Rex was trapped in them too, and it held all the way into Xenoblade 3. So what if Nia herself went back and had become the driver of the Aegis, and that she was actually the one in Rex's steps the entire time, and just had this out-of-body experience within the realms of her own dream world, her own illusions. Yeah, that's some creepypasta stuff right there. Okay, so this video is going on pretty long. I'm gonna call the video there for the day. We've tackled 3 theories, people. 3 theories! Next week, we will cover some more. And if you have even more ideas or more theories for me to tackle, please leave a comment down below in this video or the one linked in the description down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and hear your opinions. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more content, and hit the bell notification to be notified for when I upload in the future for the next part of this series. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure making the video. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Go play some games. Bye-bye, everybody.